Alright, once again, yemo akwa bebiem Emirates Porcelain Ghana so abusia yeremu ewo London Clinton Hotel eho na Blasters team no omakwa lodge a omohwe na preparations ahodo no team eremu na Gfa spokesperson Mr. Hener Asante Twum what the ensem kakra atudwa e afa the jollof game a ebeba so Ghana versus Nigeria no Mr. Hener Asante Twum wodi enkomo Razak Simpson also the ensem kakra atudwa na abronte na asem a okaye no abusuan hu behia se obonya binu atie na mesi okorem Clinton Hotel ne dia abusuan these four players Benjamin Sarr required yentan hu no na Razak Simpson de abusuan babia obefa bia every 1 minute na picture enamu every 1 minute na video enamu a enya asepketo na se game no pempen so no Ghanaian journalists ahodo a omo amano ne omo kasa ena Nigeria media no omo so kasa na Nigeria journalists bia ko kan asem bi e fasa game we hu na abusuan ne nsem okan no wutim se wabu Ghana abonfia papa ye banya the duties and more about the song all platforms to message opaswa subscribe like it ne leave or comment section na enkomo no entumi enya kama na abusuan before se be ramu near the other stories na edia bro no chanso me se ene first training ebetimi atodwa e wo London na as at the time I'm recording video we no still four players omobu market team every Ghana hanom ekoye no wo moa na da so e wo camp talk of Abranta ne di ede Razak Simpson Kwame Poku Beye Benjamin Asari then Kamadini Mamudu omope na Asat now no omo e wo camp won ma ye hwese ebia e free sabria e ko bia no players ahodo no ebetimi a report e wo camp but still Otuado ontimi emfa squad no emetu dwa die nko a na e prevent Otuado se odi squad no ebeba ye hwe na ebresem no etu dwa na ye de mu nkomo no aba besomo na abusuan yenikai enramu na yenhwe de ekoso all Blasters team hotel honom ene emfonyina hodo a boys ne atwitwa ene ne ekoso yenko ne ekohwemra
Yo.
Oh na 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 na, yeah, fresh boy lucky, yeah, wanna style it? Everybody listen to this song. Can't be beaching me, no people salmon.
Alright, so abusuan ene Razak Simpson me say every 1 minute bia na emfonyina hodo ena mu enya seketo which is a land ne de wone Kwame Poku omo ko papa se ko man ko bia enka enema entimi enkoye enti eno no now yenwa mu ni enkote Mr. Hener Asante Twum ne nsema hodo de tutwa efa jollof dabia eba so no yenko na yenkote mra.
Thank you.
How was your trip?
Good. Very smooth trip. We left Accra, came to Istanbul, and finally we are in London, and it feels good to be here. A great competition between Ghana and Nigeria. There is no friendly game between us.
You win that game, you win the Unity Cup. Is the Jollof argument over?
The Jollof argument never ends. So the Jollof argument, they go on and on until the end of time. But me, I know say my Jollof number one.
Alright, abusuan enti ne nsem no ena wonya bia uti ye no na Mr. Hener Asante Twum owie yape ena Razak Simpson ede kakra so.
Trinidad versus Jamaica. Ideally, who would you like to play in the final?
Reggae boys, Jamaica, yeah.
Alright, abusuan so Razak Simpson ena on so ote se obo ne komo honom no utim se onyaya enka final game no ebeye between Ghana and the Reggae boys, the Jamaica boys, the Rastafarian boys no enka Ghana between ehia omo. That is the gospel according to Razak Simpson and odisa ensem no etudwa na abusuan uremu asese de enkomodia wodo na ekoso na openya ne din ede Mr. Kwadwo Agyeijima woye coach ena woye analyst e London na opani no edi nsem bi atodwa efa game a etodwa between Ghana and Nigeria ho na enkrofo chese game we ankasa no enhyeda enya important game bia na Mr. Kwadwo Agyeijima chese game we no it doesn't matter the obewini cup no nemum ade ba kwa ehia pa ense Blasters team no chemistry no betimi aye adwuma na Mr. Agyeijima ebon komo na o chese the most important thing about this tournament yekobo no ene say Ghana ankasa no yebetimi ahye Nigeria eno ne ade a ehia prekope ene ensem de openi no etimi eka bi na okeka ne nsem edu ba bi no ena Nigeria journalist ba ko so baye ena o se hwe Ghana for mo kasa dodo na mo ankasa mo nsem ni nyina no ye pese mo tia se mo ye small boys ene ye makra ena mo ene nsem de bebrina na eno etimi etodwa wo abra Joy Sports ene journalist ahodo ebon komo yenko na yemfasa enkomo no ento also.
This is the glory days of the Super Eagles, and then we haven't had that so much joy with the Super Eagles since 2013. That's 12 years ago. That I'm talking about last time we won the Nations Cup. So sometimes for some of us who saw so many generations of footballers, we tend to always want to reminisce. And that's why I prefer to go get all these retro jerseys. I have about 2 or 3 of them. So that's the one I prefer to wear. Just to also tend to bring the memory back that even though the Super Eagles are not making so happy in terms of their performance in some of these tournaments, tend to remind yourself that we were once the number 5th ranked team in the world. Those are days long gone, but then it's something we still cherish a lot.
Very well.
And I am so happy that you guys are talking about the Unity Cup, and I just had my brother that just finished speaking before you spoke to me from Trinidad. That's one of the countries I'm looking to visit. I was in Barbados about 3 years ago, so it's always going to be great to be back in the Caribbean countries, which are very much. We share a lot of ancestry, and it would be nice to see the Unity Cup bringing in Jamaica and Trinidad. And I think for us as Nigerians, like the last time we had this discussion, it's not just about getting to win a competition or because we're going to play our younger brother in Ghana. Not just that. But there is the fact that we're having a cup that is bringing every one of us together from Trinidad. We know the ancestral linkage that we both share with the Caribbean nations, and the Super Eagles are totally ready. Just earlier this week, the list was released by the coach. If Nigeria has a tune-up friendly just before that tournament against Russia, and so it's something we are looking forward to really participate and bring our best legs to come and show what we can do. Okay, I think I've been talking too much.
Not at all. No, just before I go to the next one, on a very light note, anytime you're referring to Ghana as your younger brothers, always place the context. So if it's population, you can refer to us as your younger brothers. If it's the AFCON, Sam, if it's the AFCON, then you have to refer to us as your big brothers.
Yes, yeah. Being the second most competitive country in the AFCON history. Yet there's so much respect we have to give that. But then also being your senior brother when it comes to the appearances at the World
Cup. That's right. Yeah, that's right.
But then I give the floor to you. Your senior brother when it comes to the Mondial, the African Mondial. You've done so well that we're looking forward to do way much more. And that's what I do promise, that since you are not going to be there in Morocco, we will represent you very well. I will make sure that Nigeria gets to do something to get closer to you in the number of the gold medals and number of trophies won at the African Mondial.
So for us here in the UK, it's important that we beat Nigeria. You know, wherever we play Nigeria, we have to beat Nigeria. So that adds a special kind of feeling to the game. And so a lot of the fans, when you hear them and you talk to them, they want to come to the stadium. They want to come watch the game because it's Ghana, Nigeria. And also in doing that as well, the last few games the Black Stars has played and we've won those games. So it's brought back that feeling and that enthusiasm that we can do it into the World Cup and we can actually qualify. So we're in a good times now, and it's end of the season. The players and the fans are able to interact as well, and that's what the fans want. They watch a lot of these players from the stadium, and most times as well they watch them from their TVs. But in a time where you're able to bring all these Ghanaian players together in one particular pitch, and singing the national anthem of Ghana is a great feeling. You know how much the UK means a lot to Ghana football. And outside Ghana, I'll probably say is the most strongest area that you can have a lot of Ghanaian fan base that feels almost like Ghana. You know, yes, you have Ghanaian fans all over in Germany, in Holland and other places, but in the UK, it almost feels like another Ghana when Black Stars plays here. The last time we did that was in 2006, and the feeling was wonderful. It was special, and so it's good that we're back again into the same areas to be able to play. And the Brentford Stadium, a very beautiful, newly built stadium, not many years ago, so that will give that feeling as well. And we expect to have a lot of fan base turning up on that particular day. I think that it will be important to have our brothers Trinidad also in a very good shape as well, because it's a good test. They are in the run for the World Cup as well, and they want to test their strength with the Black Stars, and so as the Black Stars want to test their strength. Between the two coaches, Dwight York, he's assembled a new young squad, and so he would want to be able to try new tactics, try new things with these young players to be able to see if those things are going to work. And so that will be very important, especially with the local players. You want to be able to try different tactics, different strategies, and, you know, see the strength, and then you can build from there. The Trinidad team is a bit of old and young blended together. And so it's important that experience that is blending with these young players, we're able to have that fabric, you know, football that is typical Caribbean football that's being produced on that level. And that's what they'll be looking at. And so for us as Black Stars, similar, the coach is still on a learning road. He still needs to try a few things, you know, a few players to be able to achieve those kind of results as well. It's not entirely about who wins the cup. It's just the fact that you're able to take the optimum of your team. And that is very important, you know, when you play against opponents that you know that a lot is required of you and you have to bring your best to the game. And so that's important. So this is what it brings. So Trinidad, always an eternal rival with Jamaica, and of course Ghana, an eternal rival with our brothers in Nigeria. Nigerians, as we know, always like to play a bit more physical, and they like to play a bit fast on the ball when they have the ball. And whereas Ghana as well will have to probably a bit laid back, try to control games. So it will be very interesting. Mind you, our players, our brothers in Nigeria now, who've got a lot of exciting players, you know, who are playing in Europe now currently, in terms of the talent wise, it will be very, very exciting to see a Ghana, Nigeria, and a Trinidad, Jamaica as well. But it's not all about who wins the tournament. Yes, it's important that whoever wins has the bragging right, but it's more so for the technical side. It will be important to test the level of the players.
All right, so some of what no and when you be a wuti no and you miss Ghana and in Nigeria there this Razak Simpson was in Kebeya ka Ghana enkobo Jamaica the Reggae Boys because these two nations no Ghana Nigeria no obi ehun ni yonko say oye small boy obi ehun ni yonko say oye akra enti oba comment section wa na so o de wadwenkyere o de ato comment section e de ma me ensem no e na ye de amount e wo honom no ye si ane de shout out no etimi e de amount we enwamu e ma nana eson a big shout out to you. A J Isaac, a big shout out to you. Then Theophilus Amatefio, a big shout out to you. Sammy K, Ewo UK, a big shout out to you. Sammy K. Now we su Eremu, Ediama Nana Ajamai, a big shout out to Nana Ajamai. Say, or some kaki kele kebusi ano. A big shout out to you, Nana. Now we su Eremu Ediama Emmanuel Obeying, a big shout out to you. Then Emmanuel de Graft. Emmanuel de Graft ebe shout out to you power baby a ushe biano ye chow di more den na we nso eremu edema Bernard Owari Tete ebe shout out to you na we nso atoaso edema Cecilia ye chow papa Mahmoud Suraju ebe shout out to you then Akaline ebe shout out to you bidin Kobe and I'll be to my friend Kobe finest is abishia.